And then you gotta do a little shout out for Good Hits, though. So
Shout
I
out
can
for
edit
Good
it.
Hits.
No, come on, dude. Give me something good. Give me something good.
Shouts out Chief Keef. Shouts out Chief Keef Sosa. Almighty Soul.
Hell
Gang.
yes.
GBE. Deathproof.
What's up, gang? We're in one of my favorite neighborhoods in New York City. We're in Boerum Hill. This is where I come to relax, reflect, and think about my life. And today we're talking about an introspective artist, the artist from across the pond, the Deathproof artist, Summer Alone. We're talking about all of his hit singles, Heaven Interlude, Transylvania Slut, Maybach, and more. And also the tour, his next projects, everything. One of my favorite artists. So sit back, relax, and stay tuned for Good Hits TV, episode 1. Volume 9. Salute.
Transylvania, up all night, but in the morning I ain't getting up. Fuck me slowing up the sex, can we do some drugs?
What's up, Good Hits gang? You know what we're about. We're bleeding the block for the best underground rap from New York City and beyond. And we got a little LA in the house. We got Summer Alone in the fucking crib. We're coming live out of Williamsburg, Brooklyn. You know the vibes. Summer, let's start out simple. Let's start how we do every interview. Dude, how is your fucking day going, dog? You're out of towner, dude. You're OT. You're coming into New York City a few days ago.
Yeah.
You enjoying it? Like, what are your thoughts on New York? Other than it being ridiculously expensive, the rent spikes, everything.
Yeah.
You're coming in from LA versus New York. What are What are our thoughts?
I think originally, I stayed in London for a bit because I'm originally from London.
Right.
I'd say I prefer New York more than London. But, like you said, it's expensive.
Yes.
And I'm pulling up during a heat wave as well.
Horrible.
I was not used.
Do you think New York is more expensive than London? Deadass? Damn, dude. London's mad expensive,
I feel
bro.
like the tax thing that you guys have, that fucked up. Like, tremendously. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, it did fuck up, like...
Yeah.
Our country too, but like I feel like because living's expensive in New York, which I always knew, that fucked it up heavy because there's a lot of people in New York, bro. There's a bunch of people. So
Absolutely.
I feel like, yeah.
Do you think you would ever move to New York? I was telling Mozzie he needs to move out here, and that Deathproof needs like a New York City chapter. That would be legendary,
Low key,
dude.
I feel like we need to. I mean, it's up to them to be honest, because I don't mind being in LA, because I can just come back here when I feel like it. But it's like, I feel like when we're in New York, we're happier because there's a choice of weather. You know, LA is hot 24/7.
Interesting.
And it's like when it rains, it's not nice rain. It's just rain. But like when you get to New York, it's like you could go into it. It could be snowing. It could be hot.
Well, London's like gray and kind of rainy all the time. So out of the three, you would say it's New York, LA, London.
Actually, recently in London, it was mad hot for no reason. When I was there, it was disgustingly hot.
Yes.
And a lot of houses in London don't have AC installed.
Yes.
And it was a big fuck up. There was just like loads of people copping fans and shit. And
they didn't think of global warming in the early years when they constructed these things. They did not realize how hot it was gonna get.
No, dead ass, bro. You need to think about this shit. But I'm glad I'm not there no more because it was very stressful. But now I'm in New York and I'm happy.
Hell yeah, dude.
100%.
Fuck yeah. Dude, originally from London, and it's like, do you think, like, you've developed a lot as an artist over the past year? You've gained a lot of new fans. Do you think some fans don't know you're from London?
Yeah. A lot. A lot don't even know I'm British. I'm not going to lie to you because I will be honest, I don't really sound that British in my music.
Yeah.
Mainly being...
Well, I heard some unreleased where you had, like, a totally different, almost like a UK drill style flow, and I'm like, bro, like, that would slap so hard.
Yeah, I need to drop that shit. I need to stop fucking around. But
especially at one of these, like, LA underground shows where everyone's, like, trying to look cool. All of a sudden, you just bring out some, like, grimy LA UK drill.
That would be sick. That would be sick as shit.
Hell yeah, dude.
But yeah, it's like, a lot don't realize I'm from London. They're like, you from London? I'm like, yeah. They're like, then how did Deathproof know you? I'm like, internet exists.
Wait,
man.
what part of London?
Originally,
Yeah.
I'm from north/northwest. Like I was in North and Northwest London,
Hell yeah.
mainly, and then my mom relocated somewhere else. But yeah,
What do you think of like OFB and like
Oh,
those
Lord.
groups? Who's OFB? I don't want to like. Who are they kind of beefing with? That Trap Lord Ross video put me on their music.
It's none of my
I know,
business.
I know. Obviously.
I don't know. That's them for this. Listen, but all I know is, shouts out OFB. I love their music, bro. I want to send.
So
I want to
good.
make. I want to make beats for these guys, bro. I'd love to.
Yes, dude.
Their music
Zone
slaps.
2, like
I love
all
them
of
as
those
well.
guys. Do you think
Amazing.
UK rap is becoming bigger internationally? I feel
Low
like
key,
it kind of is.
low key, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's catching on now because like what's been happening is a lot of UK artists have been like collabing with US artists, like or
Oh yes.
like Drake is not an example because he's Canadian
But
for fuck's sake.
Drake kind of pushed that UK sound a little bit in North
did.
America.
He did. He made a song with Heady One.
Yeah.
And then when he made that song, I feel like a lot of people that weren't from the UK knew who Heady One was, and they're like, "Yo, this guy's cold."
Yeah.
And then they started to do their deep dives and shit. So I feel like UK's
Yeah.
been, and then you got Lancey Foe as well. I
Yeah.
fucking love his music. Lancey Foe has been a new wave of UK music because it's like it's Playboy Carti-esque. It's got that sound, that super trap sound, that hyper trap sound,
Right.
but it's UK and
Which is huge right now.
It's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
beautiful music.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah, dude, you should have seen Santan Dave or whatever.
Oh, Dave? Yeah.
He's awesome, and he was at Coachella and like full stage, like full crowd there. I just
love
feel like
Dave.
the UK rap and drill scene, ever since Skepta, frankly, it's just
Bro,
begun to
for real, the
like
OG.
grow and grow. Like then it was Stormzy and AJ Tracy,
Yeah.
and then like now it's like some of these guys are like household names now. Central
For real.
C. He's
For real.
bigger than a
He's
ton of
mad big.
American pop stars now.
I
right
don't
now.
know how. I have no idea how.
He's
like
hugely viral
out
on
of
TikTok.
nowhere. I know that's the thing that confused me because out of nowhere I just randomly found his music one day and I was like, I like it, and then so did everyone else. And
And
it
his
just
new
blew
song
up.
Doja Cat is just absolutely.
That song's hilarious. When I heard the first bar, I was like, oh my god. I was like,
It's built
serious?
for TikTok.
No,
It
for
is
real.
so built for TikTok.
Genius for that shit.
And nowadays with the TikTokification of like rap music, it's like that first minute of your song is so important. If you have like a catchy bar, dude, it's
Immediately.
it's golden. How is kind of like the UK underground scene versus the US? And did that kind of influence your move to LA, or were you just like, fuck London, I just want to move to LA? Did music
Both.
maybe? Yeah.
Both. It was like this. It's like the UK underground scene. I like some musicians in the UK underground scene. Like some slap, but then it's like I don't know what was going on, but I feel like due to like a whole clout thing
Yeah.
or like a disagreement of somewhat, and people not understanding how music business works and being a musician and then like doing things for your own career, they didn't get it and then they feel some type of way toward it's long. I was like, I don't like being around this energy. You guys suck. You guys don't support as much. It took me like 4 or 5 days to get recognition
So
in
there was
LA.
like rapper drama type shit, or was
Yeah.
it just like
UK underground scene is full of so much drama and it sucks because some of these musicians are so talented, and it's like if you just stayed away from drama and focus on yourself, you would realize you're such a good musician. I did this shit
Yeah.
and I realized like there's so much more than just being a UK artist.
Are they like beefing American rap style, where it's like heavy beef, or is it like lame ass like?
Bit of both,
Yeah.
to be honest. Like some people are with the shits and some
Yeah.
people aren't, you know. But like
Okay, yeah,
it's
that's
just
fair.
beef, normal beef. But it's just it's
It's rapper
draining.
shit, rapper
It's
shit.
stress either way, and I don't want to deal with that shit. So I went somewhere else, and I realized where I'm appreciated somewhere else. I'm appreciated in a country I've never been to before. You know, that's it
Wait,
confused
so
me.
when you came to LA, that was your first time in
my
the
first
States?
time ever leaving the country.
And when was that? When was that?
That was August 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. You just had to make your way in this new country and shit. That's kind of wild, bro.
Yeah, I just left, and I was like, what's crazy about that is the reason, not even the reason, how I left was nuts. It's like, I had to, because I wasn't vaccinated, I had to quarantine in a country for 14 days before going to America. So I was in Mexico for 14 days, dude. And then I was in. Then I went
Could
to.
you leave the hotel room and shit?
Yeah. But you had to quarantine, stay in Mexico, 14 days, and then I went to New York. And then after New York, I went to LA, and I was like, America's lit. I was like, yo, I was like, I like it here.
I feel that, dude. It is. Wait, what are some, just to tie the earlier point out, like, what are some UK artists you could put Good Hits Gang on? Like, who are you listening to?
Obviously Skepta, Lancey Foe, Pasalu, or PA Salu, Pasalu probably. Pasalu's fire. I've been listening to Zone 2 recently, like specific artists in Zone 2. Finn Foxall. I got a whole list. Lord Apex.
Wait, so a lot of these artists sound like more like grime, trap, and drill rappers. Is that right?
I listen to a lot of that.
So less of like the whole like trap metal like scene.
Nah, I don't listen to that. I only listen to like UK. I'ma smoke my spliff. Trap music. I enjoy it because it's
there's some bigger underground names coming out of UK, like Scarlord, Bad Lad.
Why did I not fucking mention his name? I'm sorry, Bad Lad. Yes.
Yeah.
I like Bad Lad's music. I listened to one of his songs like a while back because I never listened to it at first because everyone kept saying his name. I was like, focus on my shit. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't trying to pay no damn attention because I was trying to be fucking stupid and narcissistic. I was like, Bad Lad, who the fuck is that? But then when I listened to it, I was like, this shit fucking slaps.
Like, he's talented, man.
This nigga talented, bro. Keep doing what the fuck you doing. That shit's nuts.
Yeah, there's some pretty good names out there, dude. So walk me through. So you get to LA, and do you already know the Deathproof guys, or are you like walk me through all that? Yeah,
that was crazy. That one actually.
Who's the first person you met in this collective, if you want to call it? Like you can call it whatever. Miyagi
and. Yeah, Miyagi. Yeah, I think how I ended up there was my old manager, Nate. Shouts out Nate, still a homie. I met up with Nate in New York, and then from New York we went to LA. And when we got there, we checked how much money we had in our account. We didn't have enough for a hotel, and we're like, damn, the fuck do we do? And then we're for real, like, the fuck do we do? And then I was just like.
Y'all are living differently, bro. Nah, that's something you gotta plan.
No, but listen, at least we did it like we're kids, bro.
Yeah, I feel
like
that.
the time I was 20.
True.
You know what I mean? Like we're 20, we're like fuck it, let's go to LA, ditch everyone and go. The time we're like fuck, but then I remembered I was like, Miyagi, messaged him, he sent me the Addy. We got an Uber, went to the crib. Met Miyagi.
That's huge that he did that.
Yeah, and then I slept at the crib, and then I think I met Mazi in the morning. We made a song. I was like,
so you're already making music.
Yes.
You're already making music in London.
Yeah, I was already doing that shit. It was crazy.
Did Miyagi know about you because of the music?
Yeah, he found my music. I think how he found my music was hilarious. Okay, I will be honest. I was a fan of NASCAR's music before I even. I'll be honest.
How you're like, I'll be honest. I was a fan of my homie's music.
Yeah, I know.
It's a huge admission.
I was a fan of NASCAR's music before like I even knew these guys, and then I think he had a snippet on his page, and it sounded really like UK drum and bass, and I was like, what the fuck is this? This is sick. I was like, yo, and I think I saw Miyagi posted on his page. And then I swiped up the message. I was like, when is this dropping? And he's like, soon. And I was like, bro, I need this shit. This song sounds nuts. It's amazing. And then I think he followed me afterwards because I just kept on like supporting. And then I dropped a music video. And then I was just doing this thing, like as usual, like a musician is trying to get more recognition, just sending the link to everyone in my DMs.
Right.
And then I saw Miyagi's name and I was like, I either send it to him and he ignores me or he likes it. And I was like, bruh, I'd be an idiot if I didn't try. So I did it and I sent it. And then I think like a few hours later, he was like, this song's beautiful. And I was like, what? And he's like, can we post it on our Deathproof page for like Sunday's staff pick? And I was like, yeah. And then I think after that, the rest is history.
The Deathproof YouTube channel, by the way, is like, should have way more subscribers. It's so definitely underrated.
Do you know what it is? I realize
so good.
I realize a lot of people just watch the channel without even subscribing. I feel like we need to. I don't know. I'll talk to the homies about it.
Yeah, we can talk about that later in this interview because I feel like, and we talked about this like earlier, but I feel like Deathproof as a collective should have way more follows.
Oh
and
no,
shit.
no.
Like,
look at me when I say
it's
this.
top tier, and it's like, why?
I know, but look at me when I say this. I have a very, 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 very good feeling. The next 2 months, something nuts will happen.
Dude, I mean, you have the tour coming up.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying it. I have a good feeling about this tour. Like,
by the time this interview drops, realistically, you're going to be like midway through the tour. But what city are you most excited for on the tour? You're going to be on the whole tour.
I'm excited about a bunch of them. New York is. I love New York. I'm excited about Atlanta, and then Florida, and then LA, and then Houston. Those ones right there.
Houston.
I'm intrigued. I think we're going Houston or Texas.
Dude, you have no idea about heat until you go to heat. You're gonna like melt in that fucking heat. But
dang, no,
dude, that's a good. I saw you're going to Albuquerque.
Exactly. I've never been. I don't even know where the fuck that is.
Dude, my folks live there right now. You're gonna be. That's like the middle of the desert.
Is that Breaking Bad land?
Yeah.
I'm in New Mexico. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Is this your first? Is this gonna be your first tour?
The last tour I went on, I only did like a few places because like I was new.
Yeah.
And not many people knew who I was. But this one will be
Hell yeah.
I'll be with the homie, and I'll be so happy because it's been so long since I've seen them, bro.
Yeah, dude. So what? So are you like? What's the biggest part of Deathproof that's like sort of appealed to you? Do you think it's impacted your music in any way? Like, what are your thoughts? Like a year or so in, like, what are your thoughts on being a part of this collective of like musicians?
I said they made me feel more confident.
Right.
Made me feel more confident in myself musically, because before when I was making like my sound, I felt like people weren't chiming in because there's something different. But then when I met them and I realized they're doing the same thing, was like they're doing something different, and it's just that not enough people have listened. I was like, I feel at home. And then when I realized that when we worked together and we made more spectacular things, like for example my album, like Marzi co-producing that album, and then we making like spectacular things, or me working with him or working with other people.
Yeah. No, that's facts.
And it creates something amazing. You get big. We're a good collective.
Yeah,
we help so much.
It's so like eclectic too, because I feel like everybody has their own like sound.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I love it, because it's like you think someone sounds like some. No.
Yeah.
Everyone when you hear people's voices, you know who that is. You know who that is. You know who that. I love it.
Yeah, you guys span the gamut from like straight trap rap, like different sounding trap rap, all the way to like beatdown, heavy metal, rock music. Not even rap.
Yes.
And it's like that's like super uncommon and rare to see. Like I can think of a couple other collectives. Shoutouts Spider Gang is one that comes to mind. That's like that.
Gang.
But really, apart from that, it's just you guys. Like I can't. And there's a ton of collectives and like groups and stuff, but I definitely think that's what sets you guys apart. And like, I feel like your music has really good crossover appeal, dude. We talked about this earlier. I was like, it could be on Tirade, it could be on like Bedroom Pop on the Spotify playlist. It's like, what's your approach to music? Like, I just feel like you have a certain like appeal. You could break like you could break out with the sound, kind of in the way Peep did, like where it's kind of that sort of genre of like music. What's kind of your approach to song making?
My brain. That's the best way to explain it. Like my brain, and how sometimes I'm treated like shit, or I treat people like shit, and we're in toxic relationships.
It's pretty emotional. It's like a lot of your music is like emotionally heavy.
But you know what it is? People relate, because
it is, dude.
Everyone goes through that shit. Everyone goes through a shitty relationship, or a shitty situationship, or just regular problems in general, like not getting out of bed because you're depressed, or depression, or like stress or anxiety. You know, like
those are big ones.
These are things that people deal with in today's society, and not many people want to talk about it because they don't know who to talk to, or they're afraid to. Yeah. And I'm just doing it because I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Like, I will respectfully say this on camera. I don't give a fuck if people care on how I like. If my mental illnesses affect you, I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry, I'm mentally ill. I cannot help how I feel.
Yeah.
Simple. And if you don't accept it, you're a fucking idiot and you don't respect humans, because everyone thinks different and everyone's different in their own way. We just have to deal with life a little bit difficult because it's not our fault. Simple.
Right. Do you think music in that sense is kind of like therapeutic in some respect?
It's so therapeutic. It helps so fucking much, more than anyone thinks. Like, there'll be moments where I feel like shit, like really fucking terrible, and then I'll just slap on like a song that I fuck with, and I'll just sit there and I'll just be like, and then by the time the song's finished, I'll be like, the fuck was I doing? Don't remember. Next song.
Yeah.
And it's happy, and then you remind yourself, you're like, damn, I feel happy. Music helps so much more.
Yeah, for both the artist and the listener.
Exactly. It's frequencies, dog. As humans, we react differently to frequencies.
Yeah.
We pay attention to that.
Who
heavily.
are kind of your biggest like music influences, like in terms of people who influence your sound?
Obviously, Peep.
Yeah.
X.
What a juggernaut, dude. Peep is so like big.
No, honestly, probably my biggest influence, mainly because like his lyricism, I'll be honest, was a little smidgen the laziest. Like, it was not, but sometimes the way he
would
said
have
things,
developed over
no,
time.
definitely,
But yes,
and
yes,
you could hear the
what we have.
development
Yeah,
from
yeah.
like, if you listen to like Hellboy,
True,
and then if you listen to Come Up When You're Sober, you can hear that his lyricism was getting better. He story tells in such a poetic way that you realize you can relate to him way fucking more than you would relate to an Uzi or Trippy. And I like that, so that's why he's a big inspiration. And I love the layering of the voice. It's very shoegazy.
Yes.
And I love shoegaze, and that was a big fan of mine. Like, everyone that layers their voice. So Peep is one. X Tentacion.
Yeah.
Mainly because I respected that he didn't give a fuck. Because listen, that's low-key my mindset when it comes to like people disagreeing with me or people got an issue with me. I don't give a fuck. I don't care, because life is too fucking short, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? Life is too short to be worried about shit that when you are an old man and probably have dementia, you're gonna fucking forget. Like, it's not that fucking deep. Like, bro, just chase a bag and we'll have money and be happy and be old and happy, you know?
Facts.
So I like X, and then his lyricism and the genre of like how he mixes with like grunge stuff, and then like songs that people wouldn't even fucking know existed if he didn't sample them. It's nice. Like, he opened doors to me to listen to so many artists I didn't think I'd enjoy. And Suicide Boys,
huge. Yeah, Suicide Boys, dude.
G5, not Great Fan 9. I love Suicide Boys, mainly for their lyricism,
so good,
and their flow patterns. It's very like Bones Thugs and Harmony. Like, people say it's very 3-6. I think it's very Bones Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah.
And I love that shit. I love them for that shit. A$AP Rocky, Uzi.
Yeah, we were just talking about how like influential Uzi
Is so influential.
It's crazy in the and by the way, like, not in your sound. I'm talking about more in like the hyper trap, like Playboy Cardi.
Oh, he is,
type.
bruh. As much as people don't admit it, this man is an inventor of many things. Like, from starting the whole wave of like colored dreads, bro.
Yeah,
there was a time where people just had dreads and they didn't bleach them or dye them, just straight. And then next when you saw like a famous Dexter and Uzi and they have like red or blue hair or purple, you're like, people do this shit?
Even even like Yeet, Autumn, Midwest, like all that new generation, Destroy Lonely, Ken Carson, like.
Yeah, shouts to Destroy Lonely.
Yeah, he's fire. He's actually fire. Yeah, like, what do you think of like the whole hyper thing in music? Hyper pop, hyper trap.
I fucking love it. Do you know why I love it? Because as a person that deals with a mania, like manic episodes and stuff, like hyperactivity and stuff, hearing music like that scratches a specific part in my brain that makes me happy. Like, hearing those like synths and those computer noises and then the auto-tune voice and the bass, it's like beautiful. It's like a symphony. It's like an electronic symphony, you know, and I like it. But too much of it is irritating. I can't. Too much. Like, if I listen to that shit all week,
I feel that.
I'd probably be drained.
There's also like heavy, like glitchy hyperpop that's like super heavy, like 100 gex type shit.
Shouts out Ezekiel. Yes, shouts out Ezekiel and shouts out Baymac.
Yes,
both fire artists. I love that music.
Yeah, I need to interview Baymac. Yeah, no, Bay is fire. Bay is fire.
I love music like that because it reminds me of like electronic Grimes type shit.
I feel that. Yes,
I love Grimes. I love Grimes.
Dude, early Grimes is so good.
I'm inspired by Grimes a lot with like sample wise and like electronic samples. I love Grimes music.
Yeah. It is kind of crazy. We saw her like first boyfriend play music a few nights ago.
Ass. I was like, yo, that's crazy. Yeah. Shouts out Grimes. I don't know what Elon's doing, but shouts out you. That's the best way to say it.
Crazy society we're living in, dude.
Dystopia.
Dude, I saw you make like a fire beat in under like a few minutes the other night when we were all chilling. Do you consider yourself more of a producer than an artist?
I say equally now.
Equally.
When I first started, it was beats. Now it's more like equally because I worked on like my sound. Because before my beats were slapping, because I used to sell beats, bro. I used to sell beats like not many people know this, that before I was an artist, I was in like this Twitter group chat where we used to trade melodies and zip packets and drum kits, and other people use other people's loops and then make fucking underground banger hits, and you wouldn't even fucking know I could produce these songs. Like I used to do shit like that, and because I was young and I was 15, 16, I didn't get the credit for it because I was just like, I made a beat for Famous Dex, I'm happy. And then the older I got, I was like, I could have got the fucking bag. I'm a dick, I'm an idiot, I'm a stupid child. I was like, if I could go back in time, tell my younger self, be like, no, mention your PayPal. Mention money. Don't just send people beats without you know, like I was just a fucking eager kid, bro.
And you always could rely on the beat making as you get older too, because it's like another avenue to musical success, you know, like if you don't want to be a rapper when you're like 40, it's like, well, I can make a fire beat like any fucking time.
I love making beats. I make them so quickly as well, like you just said. Like it's more like how do I explain it when I make beats? It's what's in my head in the moment. So when I like find
that was
samples,
unbelievable watching that, dude. That was fire.
I love it. That's amazing.
It really is. Kind of going off that, if this is a tough question. If you had to put yourself and your catalog of music in one genre, it could be a subgenre, micro genre. Yeah. Like, what would you put yourself in? If you had to give me like a few words about your sound with regards to its genre, what would you say?
I mean, I make so many fucking genres, so that's difficult.
Yeah.
But like, if we're talking about the main thing that I'm noticed for, is either emo trap or like another subgenre that I'm very known for, dreamcore trap. It's a whole it's a vibe. It's like, if people like will be watching this, they'll know what dreamcore is. Like when you look at those pictures, you feel a specific way. I feel like you know what I mean. And then you put like trap beats on top of that shit.
Hell yeah!
And then you have that sound, and I feel like I just made that sound, and it makes me feel happy, and I like doing that. I have a bunch of genres too, but those two are my main ones right there. Or indie grunge stuff, I love doing that, or drum and bass, and then that's it.
Yeah, dude. You were talking about how you like Evanescence, Paramore, like those like old like Nickelback, those rock bands.
There's another one, Lil Chris. Not many people know about Lil Chris.
Dude, someone else was telling me about Lil Chris the other day. Like one of my buddies was like a pretty well-known manager. I was like chilling with him, and he was like, dude, you need to check out Lil Chris.
Bro, I remember my mom showed me Lil Chris. She was like, yeah, listen. And I was like, he's sick. I was like, Lil Chris is fine, but R.I.P. Lil Chris, dog.
Yeah,
that shit's crazy when I heard that news.
OG.
But yeah, that shit, like the old pop punk era, or that scene era, I fucking love it. I just love it. That whole Avril Lavigne thing. Because you know what it is? I feel like people are trying to bring it back, but they're not doing it correct. They're not. what you guys are doing is you're bringing the aesthetic back. What you need to do is, I'm not even gonna tell you because I'm giving away sauce. So like, just
No,
know
dude,
I get it.
keep
I
it for
get
yourself, bro.
I keep it for myself. I know what I'm doing with this, and I haven't done it yet. But all I'm saying is, you understand when I do it.
Yeah, no,
Visionary.
I feel like that's like you have like songs where that influence comes out in the music,
Yeah.
and that's also why I like say you have that crossover appeal, because if some of these bangers were on like radio, I wouldn't be like, wow, I can't believe radio's playing. I think it has that appeal, you know what I mean? It's like decidedly underground, but it's like I could show this to like some of my friends who listen to like My Chemical Romance or some shit, and they'd be like, yeah, I'm fucking with this. Kind of going off if you could define yourself with one song, if you had to stop making music like right after this interview and you had to tell someone if you could listen to one song of mine, it would be this. Which one would be?
That's difficult.
I know it's your most listened to one, but I like Maybach
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say Maybach.
And I usually hate saying the artist song that's the most streamed one.
Do you know what's crazy about Maybach?
But it's so good.
I love it too. You know what's crazy about that one? I did not expect it to be this big. I did not expect it to be my biggest song, or one of my biggest songs. When I made it, I was just... Shouts out to the people that were in that live stream when I made the beat, for fuck's sake. I was making the beat on my live stream, and I remember when I finished it, I think the sample was normal, and then I reversed it. And then I just looked to the camera and I was like, bye everyone. And I recorded it. Left it.
The flow switch up midway in the song is so fire.
I know, that's what I like about it. I love that song. Shouts out.
No, but you have a dude, Heaven Interlude's really good. Like, you have a bunch of ones.
I love that one. I love keep naming them.
Yeah, there was like one of the ones in like the top of your like kind of essential playlist is fine.
You gotta say Transylvania Slut?
No, the one before it. I'm actually done with myself is fire.
Oh yeah, I love that one. I think that was one of my first songs that got me the recognition. Yeah, that one.
That's a good one. No, but you gotta choose, dude. You gotta choose one.
I gotta choose one. Fuck. Heaven Interlude.
Yeah, that's a good one. Fair enough.
Because Maybach is polished a bit, but Heaven Interlude has got that raw SoundCloud sound.
Yes, the SoundCloud sound is so good.
And I love that sound.
That's the good thing about rap music is like, rap music is like the hungry genre, and because it's a lot of people who do rap like don't have much, so you just, in their early songs you could hear more of that raw emotion, and it's like, it's sad when an artist blows and they start becoming
they lose
poppy.
that sound.
Yeah.
And it sounds like they recorded
it's
it. It's
over-engineered, and it's just like,
this is the thing. I always tell myself, it doesn't matter how much money I make. Yes, I will book a studio, but I'd rather do it all myself. I don't want this random engineer to touch it until I'm satisfied with my mix, because if someone just does that shit for me, I feel like they ruin the song immediately. I've tried it before, believe me.
So you mix and master all of it?
I mix and master everything myself.
Is most of it your own beats for your for music?
Yeah.
Do you ever have other producers make beats for you?
I have go-tos, like Dead Sane or Deathproof producer OGRB.
Right.
Or a couple other producers. Willie G, ex-producer, shouts out Paulie. Yeah, I have my go-to producers.
Yeah. But you mix and master your own stuff.
Yeah, there's been moments where engineers have mixed stuff and I've looked at them, and I remember I had a studio session cancelled because I pissed off the engineer, because I kept on telling him what to do. I was like, no. You're doing it wrong. And he was like, bro, stop telling me what to do. And I was like, you're fucking up my song. He's like, this session's cancelled. And I was like, you're a dick. You're a dick, bro. But that's when I realized I want to mix it myself. When I realized someone doing that shit for me. No.
That's so good. Wait. All right, we're gonna do a little section of the interview called Overrated, Underrated. Who do you think is the most underrated rapper in the LA underground scene right now? Most underrated rapper that people need to know about coming out of LA?
I'm obviously gonna say the Deathproof homies.
Yeah.
Duh.
Fair enough.
Grim?
He's good.
Grim is greasy. Grim is, bro, you need to listen to Grim. If you think, bro, he's bringing back that trap music. Like, you know, when you hear trap music and it's like Trapaholics mixtape shit, and it makes like loud explosions, like,
Yeah.
that's his type of shit. Like, if you heard that noise and it said make that noise into a track, it'll be that. His music is Gucci Mane in his prime. Like,
he's the one rapper in Deathproof who like really does straight trap.
yes,
Like,
and I love it. I love that shit. Grim, and I gotta pick one more person. Yeah, NASCAR. Obviously NASCAR. Yeah, NASCAR.
I agree. I think NASCAR has, which is kind of shocking to say because of how
doing
big he
something
was.
different.
Yeah, how big he was a few years ago. But I feel like he's become underrated again. Like, he still makes unbelievable music, and I think that DNB sound is a winner for him. Like Rat Spray, when I listen to songs like that.
I was about to say something. You know, he's like, you know, when you get like, it's like, I don't know how to explain this analogy. It's like he blew up and then he did good. It's like, it's okay because he's fucking amazing. It's like, he's like dry aged beef. Like, you know, like dry aged beef is like, it gets older, but it's like, it's still fucking good.
He's Wagyu beef jerky.
Yes, but it's like, you know, when it gets older, but it's like, it's still fucking good. That's NASCAR. So that, you can't complain when people are, oh, he fell off.
Yeah.
No, he fucking didn't. He took a break. He did a Frank Ocean. That's what he did.
I feel that. Who do you think is the most overrated rapper right now?
Yeet. I love Yeet so fucking much, but yo, I will listen to him sometimes, and I listen, and I zone out, and I'll zone back in. I'm like, what the fuck am I listening to?
Dude, the other day my
There's so
homie
many
came
moments.
over. We were gonna go to a show. My homie came over and he's like, "Bro, you gotta listen to this song, man. Twizzy Love." I'm like, I'm literally
What?
want to
It's called
jump off
Twizzy
the
Love?
roof. It's like Twizzy Love, something I don't even know, bro.
Oh no. But nah, Yeet is very overrated. Mainly because like, I can understand where like, oh yeah, it slaps, because like I can hear his influences. I can hear he's influenced by like Future or like a Thug. You know, I can hear this shit. But when I listen to what he's saying, there is no lyricism to this. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I can tell bro don't write. I can tell he just freestyles. And it's not punching freestyles. This is how I can tell. I feel like he just plays the beat and just mumbles shit. And so he can't
for the
mumble.
people who don't know, to explain what a punch-in freestyle.
A punch-in is like, you put a bar in, and then you think of the next bar, and then you punch in the next bar, and then you think of the next bar. I feel like he ain't doing that shit. I feel like he's freestyling for the whole fucking thing, because he's fucked up off these perks and shit, and he's just going, la, 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 this rhymes with this and this rhymes with that. It's Dr. Seuss rap, and I love it because of that shit. But it's not lyrical. It's mumble jumble. It's mumble rap.
Yeah.
It's mumble rap invented.
He's so big time now that it's kind of
That's
crazy
why I have to
see.
give it to him. And he's pretty sure bro's the same age as me, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I gotta give it to him.
He's
did
young
it for
and this
2000s,
fan
baby.
base shows it because
For 2000s, baby, bro. Hats off to you, big daps. Like, for real, you did it.
his
Dang.
fan base is like really young too.
That's what annoys me. Cause like, bro, I'll be listening to his lyrics. I'm like, yeah, sick. And I'm like, looking in the comments, and I'm like, that's definitely a jit. Cause the way he's like, yeah, I'm just with my Twizzies drinking lean. I'm like, what grown man says this? I'm like, you're a kid. Get off YouTube, bro. Like I've caught my brother listening to Yeet sometimes, and I'm like, I can't even enjoy it.
Are you the middle brother?
No, I'm the oldest. I just got a younger brother, but like, I'll be listening, and I'm like, are you listening to Yeet? Wait, what? So he's like, your music for your generation? Like, it's not for me, it's for you guys. Ew, I'm old. That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like sometimes. So I'm like, Yeet can be turned off.
I mean, that's all of it. Like Ken Carson, Destroy
That's
Love.
what
There's like
it feels
so
like,
many
dog,
kids.
low key, but I love his music. And some people in my generation from like 18, 19, 20, 21, they love that shit. Because that's what we know, like from Playboy Carti, we hear that, we're like, we can hear the inspiration and shit. But low key, it's whack.
Yeah,
it's whack. It's not lyrical, but I need to stop dissing people.
No, that's real. That's real. Speaking, kind of going off then. Speaking of that, if I gave you an unlimited hypothetical situation, you get signed to a record label and
never happened.
And there's an A&R.
Okay.
You finally found this dream indie label that gives you full artistic license to do whatever you want. You get
Okay.
signed. A&R comes
Okay.
up to you. You have an unlimited budget for whatever feature you want. Any artist, any genre, anybody in the world. Unlimited budget. Who do you want to feature from?
It has to be only one artist.
I'll give you two.
You give me two.
Yeah.
Oh, you fucking me up now. Oh my god. Okay. One has to be Kanye. I'm sorry. Mainly because, listen, a Kanye song, you not understand how much respect that man has to give you to understand your music is good. He's a listener. He's an artiste. Like, he's a crazy man. But he's crazy because of how hard he was with his music. He's got that, you know, like that Beethoven and Mozart thing was like, something's wrong with these niggas.
Yeah.
But they're making crazy symphonies because they're nuts. He's got that. That's why I gotta give it to him. But like some things that he does, I'm like, hey yo, you're on your own. Someone take his phone away from him. Like, okay, Kanye, I fuck with you, but yo, chill. It's weird. Don't do that. Like living next door to Kim. What you doing? Like, that was odd. But yeah, Kanye. Who else? One other person. This is difficult. The Weeknd.
Interesting.
The Weeknd.
But I could also kind of see it. Yeah.
I love his music. I am so inspired by that man. That man's life.
Really? The Weeknd?
Peep The Weeknd. That man's life I relate to. Not his new life, but his life in House of Balloons. I relate to so fucking heavy. So heavy.
Damn.
The House of Balloons lifestyle, I understood it. And when I listened to it the first time, I was like, he gets it. He gets it. I respect him.
I feel that. All right, man. We're coming up to the end, Summer. Like,
Yes.
second to last question. 5 years, like, where do you see this music stuff going for you as an artist? And kind of follow-up question to that, what can fans expect in the next, like, few months or so in terms of musical projects? You're going on a tour. Just generally, what could we, like, expect artistically? And where do you see yourself? You just said, oh, I don't want to, not getting a record label, at least for now. Like, do you see yourself ever signed? Do you want to stay independent? Like, where do you kind of see yourself? Or maybe you just take it day by day.
If I sign to a label that lets me have creative freedom and own my masters, then so be it. I just don't want to sign to a label where they own my masters and own my creative freedom, because I am BPD and I like to have control of what I want to do as a person, and I'm very spontaneous. So until then, no sir, I am sorry. No, I like my money. I like to touch my money and do what the fuck I want with my money. It's nice. Independence, nice. And black independence, yes.
I feel that.
So like other shit, where we're gonna be in the next few months, I feel like a lot of videos.
Yes.
A lot of videos, and I feel like a lot of people gonna pull the fuck up for this tour, because this is the first time we've been on tour, and then on the flyer, where all of our names are on it. So
It's
people
legendary.
are seeing names that they've never seen before, and they're like, who the fuck is that? Like, I got so many fucking follows just from that shit, because people are like, yo, I checked you out, you're sick. And I'm like, oh shit, just from the flyer? You guys are gonna love tour then, Jesus. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be amazing.
Oh yes, dude. I feel that, bro. That's huge, man. I cannot wait for that New York show, dude. Like,
I'm excited for the New York.
it's gonna get lit. And then final thing, open mic, dude. Any shout outs, any free the guys, any fuck the ops, like, just shout out open mics.
Ew, fuck the ops. Who do you think I am? I do that shit in my own spare time, not interviews, no. Free Uncle Demon. Free my uncle, dog. For real shit. Miss you. Real shit. RP the homies at Fallen.
Yeah.
Shouts on my mom. I love you. Stay safe. Shouts on my grandma. Shouts on my shorty. Shouts on my dad for being a dick. Shouts out Deathproof, obviously.
Yeah,
shouts out,
definitely. Big shout out.
Big shouts out. Shouts out the fans.
Yeah.
Shouts out the fans, definitely. I love them.
Hell yeah, dude.